Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Ladies and gentlemen,
let's get started.
I have thought a lot in the last 24 hours.
Time to get your weekly sports fix.
By the skin of their teeth, they lost.
Then you can just ride it the whole thing.
With Stix.
What's going on, homie?
I thought you was bullshit. I was sitting here the whole time. I was like, well, shit, let me get up. And let me make sure I have something to drink nearby because it's a lot of effort to move around these days.
Right? Trust me, I'm starting to feel it. This is gonna be rough, bro. Hope I can make it. Hope I apologize in advance for all you Sports Fix with Stix and Anonymous homie fans out there. We're powering through some good old Rona 19 virus.
Oh, got it.
Rolling around. Thinking
shit sweet. Thinking shit sweet. Sitting up here out here hugging all up in people's face. Look at you. You're way too close. You forgot about social distancing.
I
hey, let's be social.
Let's not make me laugh or talk too much here. See how that's gonna roll today. I got my nice little quality Gatorade going.
Okay.
A couple things of water going.
A little promethazine.
Break this down a little bit.
Syrup.
We're gonna have to take a commercial break here every once in a while.
Got that yellow syrup, that purple syrup.
Oh man, I've loaded up on some good stuff, but
I didn't take a damn
dog.
thing, bro, which is crazy. I didn't take a damn thing because I was going through my whole situation. I already had a battery of pills that I was already on, so I couldn't take a damn thing anyway. So it was just rise from your grave. I was the ultimate beast, bro.
You weren't even joking, bro. Like this shit is no bueno, man. The first 3 days, literally, I think I slept for like a total of 20-minute increments at the time, but man, this shit is freaking wild.
Yes, sir.
Time did we get on here? 4:05, I thinking.
Yeah, let's do that, and then we'll try to.
But yeah, man, what's going on with you down there in the Pacific Northwest?
Oh man, I'm not doing nothing, man. It's school time, so it's now it's time to turn your children over to the trained professionals and educators of the world in order to free up your day to do whatever you do. Yes, and so kids is going back to school. This is the first week of school, and that whole thing is popping off. So hey, everything is all good, man. I'm sitting up here waiting for tomorrow in defense of the throne, defense of the title. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
it is here right now. This is season 103 of the NFL on the road to the Super Bowl this year. Arizona, I don't know. Their stadium is wild. It's cool. The Arizona Cardinals, I'll put it out there. I will go out on a limb right now. The Arizona Cardinals are not the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they are not the LA Rams, because they will not be playing the home Super Bowl game and definitely will not be winning it. Book it.
A little teaser there for you all. Get him,
right down now
before we get into all this stuff. I know you're sitting at home waiting for your next home project though, homie. You've been quite the handyman these days.
Yeah, I've been doing a little bit of that. I have no tools, bro. So what I am doing is like what you would get done in 8th grade wood shop.
You just
That's what's going
necessities.
on. You got a hacksaw and you have some sandpaper, you have some wood glue, and then you just hope for the best and just try to be as careful as possible and sort of not make a mess and have situations be way worse than they started. Because that's my biggest thing, is because I have no skills in these technical trades and carpentry work, things of this nature. That is not my bag. I don't know. I don't even have a steady hand. Okay.
I seen some of your work. You're not looking too bad over there.
I just take my time. You know how it goes. You know what I'm saying? When you're like somebody that's like what do they call that? OCD, or I got a little touch of that. Yeah. You just take your time with stuff. That's all. Because you just are really concerned with stuff looking like shit. Basically, that's the big concern, is my stuff not looking like shit.
Nice. Well, hey, I know there'll be some more handiwork coming around. I know the wife's gonna have some honey-do list, especially if she's going back to the office and they'll be like, and you ain't got no kids at home. She'll be like, hey, better get this done for me before I get
you know how the fall does, and I'm gonna be trapped in the house. You know what I mean? So I'll probably be cooking up all kinds of stuff to just keep myself busy.
You want to get this popping off or what? We got a lot to go over.
Man, hey, you ready? I'm ready, man. Whenever you are, man. I feel like we got enough, man. We know what happened. We know what it is, and I will carry the burden on this here NFL 2000 Stix and Sports preview show. And we are the audio version. Stanley, Dean, and Billy Hoyle throwing alley-oops, dunking from the free throw line. Welcome to the Sports Fix with Stix and Anonymous. Big homie, we in the house, and like I just said, we are presenting the consensus. Okay, preview NFL broken down for you for this. You know what I'm saying? My man, he's out of commission. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna take it easy on his voice a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And look, y'all know me for wild out shenanigans and foolishness, not stand up reads. Okay, but hey, you about to hear the homie give the good stand up read like we always do with professional status, just so there's no bumps in the road. And then we're gonna let, you know what I'm saying, domestics come through with all of the info, knowledge, game, you know what I'm saying, to lace y'all up properly. But remember to subscribe, rate, and review on your favorite podcast platform. Go to thisisfunner.com for more podcasts and online content. Grab some merch while you're on there, and that's where the Funner family is at. Check us out on YouTube, Sports Fix with Stix. Subscribe and smash up that like button. Follow us right now on Twitter. You know we always stumble on that, whether it's him or me. You got to get in that conversation, man. It's at Stix015 on Twitter if you want to hit with him, and it's at homie_anonymous if you want to holler at me, because we always available to do that. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do.
Feel free to tag us in all your stuff that you post out there, everybody. We want to be a part of your conversation. We'll let you know how we feel and how we don't feel about it.
And let's go. So the way that we're going to lay this out, I thought we should have some fun with it. And we're going to break it down, and we're going to break everything down into divisions for everybody to make it nice and simple. And then we'll give you a nice big bow tie at the end. But what we're going to do is on the Stix and Sports 2022 NFL season preview, we're going to hit up. Stix is going to let y'all know everything that we claimed last year. I don't know what the hell we said. Well, I think I know what I said last year. Well, we got it right at. Well, we got it wrong. Yeah, we're going to look through that. We're going to check in with both of these divisions, all of the common knowledge, all of the little shenanigans and bullshit that we've been talking about leading up through the preseason, getting us to week one, and then the games begin. We are going to force select 1 over, 1 under per division, okay, based on Vegas win totals. Okay, so follow along with us. You might get a little nugget out of that, but you know what I'm saying? We're going to keep it real too. We're going to talk about performance on the field. We're talking about straight wins and straight losses. Okay, but we're going to keep in mind that the Vegas guys and all those gamblers, we like to get that ticket occasionally, and we love to go to the counter occasionally. We're going to make sure we point out all the big games on the schedule too, man, and then we're just going to go from there. So the way that I see it, I'm going to let you jump off and you tell me what division are we going to roll the wheel and what division are we going to stop on first.
All right, we're going to start with the AFC, baby, and
we're going to the AFC first too. Okay,
and we're going to go with the AFC. We're going to go with the AFC East, and like you referenced, Tommy, we're going to go over the review from last season. Our picks real quick, and then we'll just hit it, and then we'll.
I'd be interested to know what I said about the AFC East last year, because I'm pretty sure I had some words to say about Belichick and the Patriots. I'm sure.
Yeah. So, and I'm gonna save the division picks for when we get to the end and do our division picks, wild card and dark horses. So I'm just gonna go over the over-unders that we went over with the AFC East last year. The call out, we had Buffalo was 11. They finished with 11 wins. We both had the over, so not much we could do there. And then let's see, we did call New England was 9.5 over under, and you called over in that. I think you actually called out 10 wins on the money. So shout out to you.
I have faith. What did I have faith, huh?
You actually called it on the money. You actually said 10 wins on that one. No over under. You just straight up called it. And you also called Miami. It was a 9.5 over under last year. And you actually called 9 wins exactly on that one.
Bang.
They finished with 9. Those were the only picks that we had from the division. So let's see here. The AFC East plays the AFC North. What did I do here?
They play both Norths.
If AFC North, NFC North, and their 17th game is against the NFC West. Okay. So before we dive into the over-unders for that, anything you see from these 4 teams in the division, we have the Patriots, the Bills, the Dolphins, and the Jets.
Yeah.
And we can't give away our picks for the division, but we're just talking straight over-unders here. So the over-unders set right now that we got off of the Vegas website is Buffalo 11.5, New England and Miami 8.5, and the New York Jets 5.5. So do you want to pick your 2 first? Or you want me to go first?
All right. Well, you want to make these forced plays first. You want to give the information first and then make the selection.
Yeah, we could chat it up a little bit and see, and then we'll make our selection.
Okay.
These. So what do you? Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I mean, we know what happened. Let's just do a real quick 2-minute flashback. We know what happened last year with this squad. Buffalo just made it all the way to they couldn't get no more fought as hard as they could fought. If you remember the last game they played in with Kansas City, you can't fight no harder than that. Okay, it just is what it is, and we know what happened with Miami and the turmoil of after the season with my man Brian and all the his shenanigans and that and what they got going on in Miami with the ownership and trying to get Tom Brady, blah blah blah. But everything else in that division wasn't really anything to talk about. But now we have a lot of different shenanigans going on. So we talked about what they said, NFC North and the AFC North is on their schedule. So if you look at, let's just look at New England first. New England is going to open with 3 out of 4 on the road. from October 24th, bro, to November 23rd. Okay. After that first 4 that they have on the road, they only have 1 home game for a month. So they're going to be in a nice little, they could dig themselves in a hole, I think, pretty quick with Miami, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, and Green Bay in their first 4. Okay, so that could be a hole for them. I'm just looking at the way things lay out for these dudes, because we know what New England is. If you talk about New England first, let's talk about them.
Yeah,
we know that they didn't add much to what they had going on in New England, as far as I know. Yeah. Okay, I think if anything, there were some subtractions with what they had going on there. They lost the one safety, cornerback there, J.C. Jackson. He's gone. Shaq Mason. It's a couple other people, and they end up with Devontae Parker. We talked about. They don't know who's going to be calling the plays. We talked about that before. So I don't have anything. I don't have a lot on New England really, and all of that. Let's get to something that's a little bit more that's exciting, because I'm not going to tell you what my actually, let's do it like this. Let's get to something that's more exciting. Let's go straight to what my forced overplay is. My forced overplay is Miami at 8.5. I think they're going to be a 10-win team. And right now, if you played it, you'd get -140 on that.
I like Miami in that, and I feel that when you're talking about additions, obviously they picked up, I mean, I can't disagree. I was going with the forced over on that one easily too.
Yeah, I wanted to be more controversial, but that's my one.
It's almost too hard not to take that over with the new head coach Mike McDaniel coming in, kind of setting the tone with that energy. Obviously the pickups of Tyreek Hill. They got that, and what else? Melvin Ingram as well, linebacker, right?
And they always, in the NFL, always hooks them up with 3 out of 4 home games in September. So all of these teams, while they're end of summer is happening, they get Miami summers.
Okay, round 2. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Or Miami weather, I should say, in September still, which these teams tend to fall apart in. And that's like that Denver one at the beginning of the season with the altitude that always comes out. So they have 3 games starting off. So we'll get a good look at what they have going on with Miami and that offense, man. It's just going to be.
And week one at home.
Week 1
New England. So
right off the rip,
right
with
off the
these
bat,
2 teams we were talking about,
and then at Baltimore, and then Buffalo home, and then at Cincy, and then at New York. But
I think that the Jets can still win 6 games. If I had to make this force, I'll say my force under would be New England. Book it right now. I didn't even have it, but I think I got it now. That's it. It's New England, bro. New England's win total is 8.5. I see them in in the clutter of not being able to knowing who's calling plays, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah,
they won't get confused, bro.
Gosh dang it. I hate agreeing with you, but with New York, with Buffalo being at 11.5,
right.
I am going to disagree with you. I'm just going to go ahead and go. They only won 11 last year. Everyone's hyped. Okay. They are probably,
that's what I like,
a wild pick for everybody to go out there and just dominate. But I think tomorrow, and we're going to talk about Thursday's game sometime, probably tomorrow, before it gets started. So be on the lookout for that. But with the Jets only being at 5.5, I mean, you got Flacco starting the first 4. You know, he might be able to scratch out a win. Who they got? They got Baltimore at Cleveland, Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. Then, you know, Zach Wilson comes back. Oh, they got a tough schedule, but I think the Jets, but 5.5 still, I'd rather take the forced under on 11.5 at Buffalo, because I don't think that they're a game better than last year, and they probably got away with a couple. So I'm just going to go with the under on Buffalo there. So recap.
Yeah, I like that, bro. I'm gonna tell you why I like that is because that is not the script. Everybody is going to be is going to be thinking about Buffalo to go straight to scratch, do exactly what they're supposed to do. I like that. I like the contrarian play. You know what I'm saying? Because that was my secondary. About to make y'all go crazy. You know what I'm saying? By picking that under. You know what I'm saying? But not to mention too, another little schedule thing. How about the NFL? You're going to hear this throughout the rest of the pods too. The NFL coming for the NBA's Christmas ham, boy. And it applies in this division right here. Green Bay at Miami on Christmas Day. How about Christmas Day in Miami, bro? What you think about that? Hey. That's the first thing I think about Santa Claus is the beach and the club. Wings.
Snow. Nice. Yeah. Nice hot weather.
First thing I think of. So,
all right. Well, we'll wrap up the AFC East. So I have Buffalo under 11.5, Miami over 8.5, and homie, you got New England under 8.5 and Miami over 10. And a little teaser for you. I'll tell you why I like your you'll find out why I like your New England pick later on in the show. Sweet. All right. I got papers everywhere over here, bro. So let's move on to the.
Well, that's it. I mean, that's the only thing. That's they don't want to put a bow on the E. What about if Odell Beckham comes to Von Miller gets Odell Beckham to come play for the Bills?
Then they have another weapon. They're going to probably need it because, receivers go down with those ACLs every once in a while throughout the year. So he could be one of the pickups if that ends up rolling their way.
I'm just glad that the Dolphins is going to come in here and compete in this division. In this division, man.
And with the I think the head coaches have a lot to do with it right now. How many rookie head coaches are there? Like 8?
Come on now.
I mean, there's plenty of those, and then there's plenty of the veterans out there. And you got, like Saleh with the Jets, who's been there a couple years. You got McDermott, who's
if Zach is only out for 3 weeks, that could be a good thing. That gives the offensive line a chance to get themselves together before they get this boy killed in game 1, right?
Right.
So he's gonna be good. They got nothing but young weapons in New York, so that's gonna be interesting watching them grow with a coach who doesn't say that he's biting kneecaps off, but when they put the camera on him, he looks like he just ate a kneecap. Okay, and Saleh is serious about that. We're gonna see if Buffalo can, finish this thing off. And for me, I mean, it's just going to be interesting watching the decline of the Patriots and hoping that they become your morning show, Monday morning show, just chatter, hot take fest of let's just clown New England because of something else that happened wrong. Hopefully it don't be Matt. Hopefully it just turns into a train wreck after everybody done left Belichick there by himself with his sons, bro.
All right, let's get to the AFC North. We have the AFC North, the Bengals, the Steelers, the Browns, the Ravens, and we are starting with the last season review, right, baby? I gotta find it right here. Man, what did homie do this time? Let's see here.
I don't know. All I know
this
is that
time,
while you doing that, man, we know what happened on the field. There was a whole lot of drama between Baker Mayfield and
in that whole
Beckham,
division.
and then there was a trade, and then the whole Big Ben's last year.
Yeah,
and all of that, and he limped his way into a game to where something mattered at the end. I don't know how, but he made it and almost made it look interesting. Baltimore's injury-riddled season, we don't even know if that's going to continue to this year. It looks like it might already. You're going to hear about that. And of course, the Bengal Cats ride it all the way to the Super Bowl, and might have changed the tide in that division by putting their stripe banner up and letting everybody know. What did we think last year about some of these teams going
Let's see. Cincy last year at the beginning was over-under was 6.5. I took the over. You didn't take anything on that one.
I didn't have Cincinnati.
No, you did not.
Wow.
Pittsburgh was 8.5. They finished with 9. I took the under. You took the over. And Cleveland was 10.5. We both took the over. They finished at 8. And then Baltimore was 11.
I was trying to give them a fair shake.
I took the under, and you took the over on that one. So you did hit the Pittsburgh over, because you hit the 9.
That was it. Yeah,
that was it. So, but Cincinnati was 6.5. I figured that was the easy one, which I don't know how you did. Yeah, we must have missed that one, because I have a feeling you would have called that one easy too.
That's why I'm tripping right now, because it wasn't too long till we were on it, because I think I was on it right away. I was speaking it into existence. Whether or not I put it down on wax is another thing, but man, hey, look, this division at this time last year was the talk of the town. Now, I don't know. I don't know about you.
Now it's the talk of the town due to Baker leaving, Lamar waiting to get a contract maybe tomorrow or by Friday.
And fast forward 10-game suspension for Deshaun.
For Deshaun having his suspension. Now they're the talk, and you always have Pittsburgh in there with Mike Tomlin being there forever.
Yeah,
you got
you want to think about them just
John
because
Harbaugh being in there. This is the division of coaches where they're always going to put up a fight in a game usually for you. This is a tough. It's a like drama-filled division, but not a bad division.
Everybody who was in this division left. Every name that you ever heard of in this division left, except for Lamar Jackson. Okay. Now you bring in Deshaun Watson, but you're not seeing him for 10 weeks. You bring in Amari Cooper, okay, but you have him there with Jacoby Brissett. He wasn't in this division last year. You get rid of Juju Smith-Schuster. He ain't in this division no more. All of the wide receivers from the Steelers ain't in this division no more, except for Deontay. So, hey, as far as this division goes, for me, let me look at my.
They have a heavy sheet. They have a heavy running back division. You got Najee, you got J.K. Dobbins, you got Nick Chubb, you got Joe Mixon across the board. Like you said, Pittsburgh, they still have Deontay Johnson at their receiver position. But I don't know.
I got Cincinnati equal or slightly better than Baltimore as far as team standings, and if you was just to rate them. And then I have Pittsburgh and Cleveland down in the bottom, in the high 20s.
This is off your
if I'm ranking them. Yeah.
This is your top power list. Yeah, power rankings, the homie power rankings.
The way that I look at it, I feel like the schedule should play out to script. So who am I looking at defending champion in this division? I'm looking at the Bengals. So what is their number? 9.5. Their number is not even the highest number in that division. The highest number in the division is given to the Ravens. So now the Ravens, who were injury riddled last year, who you couldn't say one way or another what they were going to do based on last year because they were injured. But now all of a sudden this year, with some of that stuff still lingering, some of the defensive guys back, all of a sudden they instantaneously move forward in that division with no additional weapons added offensively, just subtractions offensively, unless you're counting their running backs that are now healthy or the one or two of them that are.
The Ravens?
Yeah.
I mean, you got what?
I don't understand
J.K. Dobbins, Mike Davis, and Gus Edwards.
They're the AFC champions, bro. How are they not favored in that division? So what I look at is to fade the Ravens. That's just the way that I looked at it. So I don't think that
interesting.
I did not. I don't think that the Steelers have. I don't think the Steelers got it.
Real quick, the AFC North plays the AFC East and the NFC South, and then they play the NFC East in their 17th game. If you're looking at let's see, Baltimore.
Yeah.
So they got, Miami, New England, Buffalo all in a row. Or they got the Jets, Miami, New England, and Buffalo all in a row. Baltimore.
Yeah.
To start off with.
And I know the Cincinnati's got from after their bye week in week 10, they only have one home game. And this is down the stretch. They only have one
10,
home
they
game.
have, after week 10, Cincinnati, you said?
Yeah.
They got at Pitt, at Tennessee, and then they have KC and Cleveland at home. So they go two away, 2 home, 2 away, and 2 home after that, after their bye week.
Oh, shoot. I'm talking about, yeah. From September to October, they have a stretch where they only have one game at home. That's from September to October. Not after the week 10.
The bye week. But I mean, if you look at it, I mean, they're the defending AFC champions, right? So, did they have to really bolster their roster to get a whole lot better? No, they made some moves to the offensive line. So that's good for them because obviously Joe Burrow was on his back a whole lot, and he was in his back a whole lot in the playoffs. He got sacked like 19 times in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows how many times Donald got him? He did get him on that last play, right?
Yep.
So, I mean, when I'm looking at it, I think it's a tough one to decide to pick one. As far as like the over under,
because I'm looking. I don't even think that there's an edge, even with some of the way that the schedule makeup, because they're going to get the NFC South, so that means they'll get Atlanta, they'll get a little Carolina. Okay, all of these teams will get a little bit of that. They'll get an AFC East. They'll get a little bit of the Jets. They'll get a little bit of Patriots. So I don't know. These teams are going to have a tough go at it. Let me look at this real quick. I've had this pulled up. Cincinnati has the number three strength of schedule, hardest schedule based on strength of schedule. So I have Cincinnati as a layup over because I think that they have a 10 in them. I think that they have a 10 in them with some of these lower rung, because you're going to have 2 teams in your division who are, on the lower end of the totem pole with Pittsburgh And Cleveland, if you can get Cleveland in the first half of the season, which I can't remember what Cincinnati has. I don't have their schedule pulled up.
Cincinnati.
But if you can get Cleveland in the first half of the season, then you can be flying a little bit. You can get both of those games out of the way in division, and then you get a limping Jets team. Maybe you get a weak Atlanta team. You get a Carolina team that's not ready. Maybe a couple of these teams, Cincinnati can scoop out some wins, but the strength of schedule don't say that. The strength of schedule says you're up there with the Rams in terms of opponents' win percentages against on the schedule this year. So, yeah, I'm definitely fading the Ravens this year.
So you would take the Ravens in the under 10.5?
Yeah, I think both of these teams are a 10.
Okay, round 2. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, oh, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
I think both of these teams are a 10. And then what's going to end up happening is there's going to be a logjam, and it'll be a very similar situation to the Raiders and Chargers last season.
Similar, huh? Well, I'm going to go against your Cincinnati. I think they get to 9. So I'm going to take the under on Cincinnati. 9.5 is their over under.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then Pittsburgh 7.5.
Yeah.
For some reason, Mike Tomlin always finds a way to get above 500, and to do that, he has to get to 8, right? Maybe 9. He's
got to get to 9 because there's no 500.
Well, they had a tie last year, so they were 9-7.
He found a way.
9-7-1 last year.
Yeah.
So I think they at least get to 8, to get above the 7.5, and probably find a way to stay above 500. It's like Mike Tomlin ends up doing. I mean, with Kenny Pickett on the bench too. I mean, we're going to see how Trubisky, how much of a leeway he has.
Yeah.
With them, and then
what do you think? You think Trubisky's got some rope? Do you think they got some rope for Trubisky?
Yeah, I think they will. I think unless the wheels fall off. I mean, you got Najee Harris still. So you got Najee Harris, and then who else did I say back there? Jalen Warren, and then Benny Snell. And I believe Warren was a rookie last year, if I remember correctly.
So yeah, that's the biggest thing is for them is, are you going to stick with Trubisky, or are you going to go with the fans clamoring in the stadiums at home games at Heinz for hometown boy Kenny Pickett? Okay, so you got to temper that down a little bit, and I think, to be honest, you have to let Mitch Trubisky cook. I've been saying Mitch Trubisky was going to get a job. I told you he was going to get a job after last year when he spent his time getting right up in Buffalo. He came right back out, got this job immediately. Not really immediately, because they just called it the other day, named QB1. Right. But he got his job, and I think he's going to hold on to his spot in the situation, and he's going to be able to work these angles.
He got the C2, so.
Yeah, I think he'll be able to work these angles. He's been, what off-season word on the street was, he was calling guys in before they even acquired Kenny Pickett. He was calling in guys to do off-season throws, Tom Brady style.
Yeah, and I mean, he definitely took leadership once he got there. And I think the nice thing with that is you have Tomlin, who's been there a while, knows how to coach. You got Trubisky, who came in there, like you said, you told him he needed to take his time and get a little a look at a different scenario when he was released by the Bears and went to Buffalo for that year, followed around, got some good coaching. Mm-hmm. Now he's back as a starter, and then you could let Kenny Pickett sit there. I mean, there's high praise for Kenny Pickett out there. So, this could be one of those where I know I've heard a lot of people talk that the coaches are like, they're almost starting to go back into that when the rookie quarterback comes in. Let's make sure they're just like Trey Lance in San Francisco, sit behind 1 year, see what happens, and get the knowledge of the playbook, and then boom, next year. So not saying that Trubisky's going to be out after this year, but could very
this dude
they ride it out this year. You never know what could happen.
That's what I'm saying. Some of these people be tripping when these quarterbacks have to sit down for a little while and then circle back around for that next go. What do you mean? You got a first round talent at quarterback. You have a first round pick at quarterback. Okay. Not only do you have a first round pick at quarterback, he has already been in NFL locker rooms now. I mean, it's a win-win situation. So he's taken NFL coaching. He's been in high-risk situations, dealt with media, the whole nine. So I think that situation with Mitch Trubisky is cool. We already know with Cleveland, we could talk.
I was just going to say.
We could talk Cleveland's questions and clouds to death. And I don't think any of the off-field stuff has anything to do with on-field stuff. On-field, I just don't think that there's anything really to talk about. What is anything on that roster? Playmakers that give you any calls to pause. Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, Peoples Jones, and then I'm lost. So what you end up with is
Amari Cooper, but who knows how he's going to be? He hasn't been.
See, there you go. We forgot major acquisitions. Amari Cooper. I forgot to go back to that. We did mention that. Amari Cooper, big acquisition.
It's going to be a steady dose of Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt and Dearness Johnson, baby.
And that's what they like to do.
Sleeper for you. Yeah, I mean, that's really all you can do with Jacoby Brissett at the helm. It's like having Geno Smith at the helm. Yeah.
Any major questions from Cincinnati? Any concerns about Joe Burrow's appendix or whatever he had taken out? Or
no, I think you got to keep old boy upright and not get him
major investments in the line.
Yeah. Make sure he doesn't get caught by the turf monster all the time, rubbing his head in the dirt, and keep him upright and see what happens.
That's a tough schedule, though.
That's 8.5. Yeah, that's a 8.5 for Cleveland. I think that's just a little side gig for y'all there. But yeah, let's roll
8.5 on Cleveland to the under.
Under, yeah. Easy.
That's what I got. That's a like. I got that. Let me give you real quick before we move into, just as a quick break, just to go off speed real quick. The top 10 teams, strength of schedule, 2022 season. Number 1, LA Rams, Arizona Cardinals, Cincinnati Bengals at 3. Number 4, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Number 5, San Francisco 49ers. Also at 5 would be the Chiefs. That's same strength of schedule. Tied for 7th, Vegas Raiders, New Orleans Saints. Keep that in mind when you're calling out young Crab later.
You already know.
Number 9, Atlanta Falcons. I don't know how they got screwed, but they got screwed. And number 10, your LA Chargers, young Herb. And on the outside looking in, your Seattle Seahawks on the outside looking in. So even with the problems with Seahawks, they still got a top 10 schedule against Falcons with a top 10 schedule against. That sucks for them. So they'll be looking for that first round draft choice coming around this year. But everybody else is deserving to have that style of a schedule. It's just going out there and making this stuff happen, man, and performing on the field. And I think in this division, for us, this is those 10 a.m. games for us, watching this division go at it in the Midwest versus each other and in their conference. So Yeah, the morning games, man, gonna be a slow tread with Cleveland, Baltimore, and Pittsburgh, and would you be hoping these Cincinnati games, man, so you can watch something that's exciting going on with this division.
It's good to know that strength of schedule. I probably should have looked at that before I wrote down my division.
Oh, come on, man! It's complimentary,
but that's okay. I'm not worried. I still have
complimentary angles.
I still have faith in them. So the AFC South, what do we got? AFC South, we have the Colts, the Titans, the Jaguars. Interesting to me, before we get into that, is 2 of the 4 coaches are not rookie head coaches, but new head coaches for 2 teams. So you got Lovie Smith in Houston, and you got Doug Peterson back at the helm in back at
but those 2 teams
now in Jacksonville.
Those 2 teams should have new head coaches every
year. Yeah, they definitely needed head
the
coaches.
way things have been going.
What good old Urban Meyer lasted a whole 7 games last year.
Man, I miss Urban Meyer and them shenanigans, man. This year, man, there was a lot of stuff happening right now.
Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff happening right now.
At this time, right? Before the season even started, there was already stuff popping off in Jacksonville. So I bet you that team is headed for the up and up. So let's see, what did we do last year? We had, I know I picked Jacksonville though to do better.
I'm sure you did. We know what happened.
Tennessee finished at 12 wins. Their over under last year was 9. Indianapolis finished at 9 wins. Their over and under was 9. Houston finished at 4 wins. Their over under was 4. And Jacksonville finished at 3 wins. Their over under was 6.5. Well, we both picked Tennessee over 9. You picked Indy under 9. They finished the same. We both picked Houston under 4. They finished at 4. And then we both picked Jacksonville over 6.5, and they finished at.
Because look what we were dealing with.
Man, look
what we were dealing with. We were dealing with.
We should have. We did it before all the shenanigans started popping off. So.
Yeah, we're dealing with Phillip Rivers at the helm of the Colts in a reclamation comeback year is what we were looking at. And you see how they fell off and blew up at the playoffs and all of this. At the end, you see what happened? They had an opportunity. Okay,
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, Carson Wentz. Yeah. But and then you see what happened with Tennessee. Tennessee was chugging along just beautifully, and then their engine fell out. And what the hell? Derrick Henry got hurt, and they kept plugging last year. Okay. They kept nobody knew how they were doing it. My power ranking sheet was all messed up because they just kept covering, and I didn't understand why and how, but they just kept covering and hitting. Like we talked about what happened with Jacksonville, and strangely enough, Houston just did Houston things last year. So this year we come into the chase for the Super Bowl with the AFC South stepping up. With the schedule makeup to play the AFC West. Oh, watch your ass real quick. It's a lot of L's already. And the NFC East. So your NFC East, it features Philadelphia, Dallas, Washington, the debut of the Commandos. The Commandos debut.
Commandos, huh?
And your New York Giants that I'm repping today. Shout out to Tiki Barber here. But yeah, so this division, man.
Oh, shout out.
So
do you think the Colts got better with Matt Ryan? Yes or no?
Yeah, better than Carson Wentz, yes.
Yeah, so I think they got better with
back
Matt
up to
Ryan.
Phillip Rivers standards.
Right. And then you got who the hell is this? Oh, Davis Mills, right? Is the quarterback at Houston this year.
Davis Mills sticking strong. They ain't changing nothing yet.
Yep. Nice. And then you got the second year Trevor Lawrence at Jacksonville under a new head coach with Doug Peterson. I think this could be this will be a good year for Jacksonville. They'll definitely improve. I don't know how much. Let me see what I'm looking at.
6.5
for
AFC
the
West. AFC West. Your boy Russell Wilson's rolling
They
up.
play who? NFC, AFC West. Oh, I got you. Yeah, they play the AFC West. See, that's tough. Yeah,
Young Herb is rolling up.
Yeah, that's tough. But yeah, I don't even know if I like over under on.
I'll tell you what I had. I went out on a limb, G. I don't even care. Tennessee to the down. Okay. You don't like it? I'm sticking with it. Tennessee to the down. This is the year that the wheels fall off. Oh, the engine fell off last year. Now this is the year that the wheels fall off of the Tennessee Titans with train.
How long can he get by with handing the ball to Derrick Henry? I mean, he's got to be able to make a play. I mean, does he have any?
I mean, the benefit that they have is that
you got your boy. Got your boy Bobby Trees. Is he healthy?
Yeah, he's ready to go. But see, the benefit that you have with the Titans is you have the good old Peyton Manning disease. You get free wins by having Jacksonville and Houston in your division every year. So that's the thing that you have. So you're looking at their 9.5 going, damn, hell no. I don't think I feel like fading them this year. But they still have 2 games each against those 2 guys. That's 4 wins right there. And then you're talking about NFC East. And then if all of a sudden, if you talking about being competitive with the Commandos or being competitive with the Giants now, I'm thinking all of these teams are going to be competitive with Tennessee now, bro. And I know that Bobby Trees is there. Traylon Burks, young rookie Traylon Burks, big addition for the Titans as a first-round draft pick. And that ain't nothing but a swap off for Julio, a younger swap off for Julio Jones. Because Titans and the Colts are the only people that we're really concerned with in this division. Really, I'm pretty sure you might have something you probably want to go a little bit on the Jaguars and their potential, but I think those 2 are the ones that I'm paying attention to. I'm thinking Indianapolis is my force over, and I'm going to take the over 9.5 and call them a 10-win team. You can get that at -160 right now. And then I'm going to take Tennessee as my fourth under and call them a 9-win team right now. Get the Colts to win the division outright this year. Just because I just think that they take a step back, and you can get that Tennessee under under 9.5 at -140 right now, if y'all can find it out there in these streets. But yeah, so the Colts defense, man, that's all I have to say.
Yeah, and I think with another year, I mean, Jonathan Taylor had the bust out year last year, right? We all know that, and he's been the. And now, with Matt Ryan out there being the leader that he is, is just going to make that team better. I couldn't disagree with the under on Tennessee and the over on Indianapolis. Easy. 10-win team for sure. Especially after all the nonsense they went through last year. I mean, it'd be nice. I think Shaq Leonard is a little bit beat up. I don't know if he's on the pup or not, but that's kind of a miss for their defense if he's not healthy. But I think the leadership that Frank Reich has, and I think they're going to be just fine in the offensive part with the more more patient quarterback than Carson Wentz was last year with Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan knows where to get the ball out, how to get the ball out. It's not going to be trying to, throw from his backside and throw an interception at the goal line or whatever when you're on the 1-yard line. So smarter football player, in my opinion.
Yeah, I just look. We had Andrew Luck. I hope there's a better line out there than what Andrew Luck had. what Carson Wentz had. I hope whatever the flash in the pan line that we had the 1 year Phillip Rivers was here, I hope he has that line. Let's go, Horseshoe. Let's block for somebody. It's been 10 years. Can we block for a quarterback? You know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to get a man killed. Okay. I wanted Matt Ryan. I wanted to see, and I was exclaiming that Matt Ryan needed to be up out of Atlanta just because he needed the stink of the 28-3 off of him in terms of a jersey color change. He needed that, I think. It's good for him.
Yeah, it was.
He's the leading all-time.
Check out a new place.
He's the leading all-time everything there.
And he's still going from a dome to a dome, or I guess retractable roof in Indy. But I mean, his playing surface is going to be the same.
Yep.
So he's just a good leader for Indianapolis that they didn't have last year at the helm with Carson Wentz. Obviously, so that's why they got rid of him. 1 year they gave up all that for him, but they ended up getting Matt Ryan in the process. So all right, let's close it out with what are we at right now? Yeah, let's close it out with the AFC North. I think we hit everything, didn't we, on that? What am I talking about? AFC West, man. Too many drugs, I'm telling you.
It's all good.
Falling off falling it off for a second.
This is all good quality content right here. Look, playing hurt.
Quality.
Yeah, he's playing hurt. Playing hurt with a spotty internet. Oh, you went silent again. What happened?
Am I
silent
now?
Yeah, you froze up. Your mouth is moving, but ain't no words coming out. Nope. Internet.
Aha.
Was it a power button?
Mute button, evidently. This fool. I was trying not to cough all over the place. All right, let's get into it.
A button is too much technology.
That's way too much, especially when I have no idea which side is. I can't even see it.
Oh, it's all good. We're between cuts right here, so this would be between a cut anyway.
Good. We can chop that all out.
Yeah,
we got the AFC West, who plays the AFC South, and the NFC West, which we all know, and then they play their 17th game against the NFC South, which you referenced to earlier on a few of these setups already, homie. There's a lot of confusion going on for me. However, let me see what we got going. Man, it's going to be AFC West is, I think we ended up talking about last year as being, one of the best divisions, right? And I think this year they are going to live up to that hype in some ways. And I'm not saying it's because of the Russell Wilson edition. I don't think that. I do think the Broncos got better. But last year, our picks for the over-under is we had, KC over-under last year was 12.5. They finished at 12. We both had the over. Las Vegas Raiders, the over-under for them was 7. They finished at 10. We didn't have anything on that.
Nope.
The Chargers were 9.5. I said over. Homie hit this one on the nose. You said 9 exactly. They finished with 9. And then Denver was 8.5. And I said under. They finished at 7. And you said over. So I think in any division that Aaron Rodgers was coming to Denver. Yeah, he didn't go nowhere. He stayed right good at home. But obviously, with the Broncos having Teddy Bridgewater and Drew Lock last year, they got better this year with Russell Wilson. The Raiders pick up Devontae Adams. So the Raiders got better at the wide receiver position. They still have your boy Third and Renfro. Let's see, the Chargers. They picked up J.C. Jackson that was back from New England.
That's where J.C. Jackson went, and Kyle Van Noy.
And Kyle.
Yeah, everybody went to the Chargers. Khalil Mack went to the damn Chargers. Who else went to the damn Chargers?
Khalil Mack.
Damn.
And then
and that cat.
Yeah, J.C. Jackson.
Gerald Everett and Gerald Everett. All the Rams went there too. Gerald Everett, Troy Reader. Somebody else from the Rams went to the Chargers too. That
DeAndre Carter, was he there last year? Or was he with?
No.
But you know who else they got? But now Derwin James is healthy in their defense. Derwin James is healthy in the Chargers defense this year. Like you said, they got Khalil Mack. There's a lineman, a defensive lineman, I think they got too. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Sebastian Joseph Day.
Is he one of your Rams?
Or the Rams, I'm sorry.
From the Rams?
Yeah, that's who went. Him, Troy Reader, both linebackers, D-line, went over there. Now, and Khalil Mack's over there. And Cal Van Noy's over there. And J.C. Jackson's over there. So they're geared up to play in their division. It seems like they understood Kansas City. If you look at what Kansas City did in terms of acquisitions, they did what they would do to keep doing what they want to do. They went and got Juju Smith-Schuster. They got MVS, you know what I'm saying, Marquez Vasquez Chandling, and Ronald Jones. So that they just did stuff that they would normally do. That's stuff that those are kind of players that they would normally have, like Sammy Watkins, like, Josh Gordon, that kind of thing. That's stuff they would normally do. Chargers said, no, we're going to have to battle in this division. Let's go get some names to go against these guys, because I don't see anybody except for the Raiders didn't really do that. The Raiders defense has just gotten better. They did bring in Igakwe for whatever that's worth. But other than that, I don't think that's the one thing that I think you should watch out with the Chargers, because this division is going to be able to light it up on paper. If they're not, that means they're underperforming. Everybody in this division has the tools in place to light it up. Nobody can say that they don't have the tools in place to light it up. So what you're going to need is what I always tell y'all is always good. Ask the closest woman to you, she'll tell you, you got to come with good D.
You got to have the good D, is that what you said?
You got to come with good D, man. You got to come with good D. And the Chiefs did a little bit of that. And
especially when you have a head coach that likes to go for it on fourth and 27 on your own 18-yard line.
I don't even want to go to the playoffs. I want to go. I want to do fourth down so much. I don't even care about going to the playoffs.
That's right.
Stupid.
So
I took away one game from their win total just because of that.
Did you? If he's changed his mind on the analytics part of it a little bit this year and see what happens, instead of going for it on 4th and 6 from the your own 27, you punt the ball away. I don't know. We'll see what happens there. So you did talk a little bit about the Chiefs picking up who they pick up. They did lose, obviously, Tyreek Hill and Tyrann Mathieu. And then Melvin Ingram, as we discussed earlier previously. This is my pick for the under is KC under 10.5. I feel they're taking a step back, just like Tennessee. I've always been, the KC hater. It seems like over the last couple of years, them and, we'll find out who else I have no high hopes of in the NFC on the next seg, but that one, and then it's hard pressed to find a No, it's not. And then the easy over, I believe in this one too, is the Las Vegas Raiders over 8.5.
Double check. Discount. Yeah, I'm with you on the over. I had a question mark next to the Chargers, but I think Chargers are going to land at a solid 10.
Solid 10.
I think this division is going to be tough, but because of, I had to look real close to make this pick, because I had to look at the schedules a little bit more because of, remember what we were just talking about, strength of schedule. Most of these teams in this division are in it. You know what I'm saying? All of them. Okay. So they're all playing dogs. So I had to dig in and go, okay, so when are they playing some of these people? Is it going to matter when it comes down to it? So look at this. Week 1 through 5, the Raiders, they have Chargers, Cardinals, Titans, Broncos, Chiefs.
Well, that was awesome.
Oh, you back? Oh,
I'm back.
Here.
Do you hear me?
Oh,
nope, you can't hear me.
Oh, there you go. It's a little delay.
All right, I'm gonna reset this once we finish up with this one. We're almost done, anyways.
No, it's all good. It'll chop and it'll look right. So yeah, and Denver, they're closing the season with both of their Kansas City games, Arizona, the Rams, and the Chargers. That's their last 5. So I think that Denver is going to be the one that catches the brick at the end. I think that the bottle just lands on them. I think the other 3 teams are just going to slide by because they're a little bit more cohesive. Patrick Mahomes been there. Young Herb, placed, positioned, and has accomplishments. David Carr's been there. The Raiders, the only new addition is putting Adams into their mix, which they already have chemistry. When you bring in a whole new quarterback, I think that's the big problem. So then you have tendencies line with blocking schemes, this kind of thing. So I just think that the smart money would be to do it on Denver, and the Vegas would say I'm smart because to take that under, Denver's under, it would be minus 160. So I mean, I'm kind of chopped, but it's 10.5. I think that they're a 9. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna go hard. They're not a solid 10. They are a 9. Not everybody in the AFC West can be a 10. Okay, they're not all dimes. They can't all be dime pieces. Oh, what happened?
What happened? You hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's close this bad boy out. Let me reboot this bad boy and see what happens. I tested the connection earlier; it was working just good. So, why is this?
No, it's all good. Now we got chop. We could just act like it never happened, and then I just piece it together, make it look right.
And you will. You do a good job at that, homie. Yeah. So that was the AFC West. I can't keep my notes.
Yeah, that's right. The AFC
West.
AFC West.
AFC West. You had did you have an under? AFC West under?
Denver minus 160. You wouldn't want to lay that because so you probably want to find some better money, like if you took the Chargers over, the Chargers to get to 11 is minus 140. So the world thinks Chargers to 11.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that. Little spoiler alert.
Oh, Chargers to 11.
All right, let's take 5 and get this repopping off. So we appreciate everybody listening. That was the AFC East, North, South, and West recap for y'all. So we'll be back in 5. Subscribe, rate, and review on your favorite podcast platform. Go to thisisfunner.com for more podcasts and online content, and grab some merch while you're there. Check out the YouTube channel, Sports Fix with Stix, and subscribe and smash that like button, baby. Thanks for y'all for listening. We'll be right back.
Back on this shit.
That was Sports Fix with Stix. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the show. If you want to join the show, use the hashtag StixandSports.
Winners don't make excuses.